Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Pastor Los here, and on this episode of the Church of Beers, we're going to be talking to Joshua Wright. When we recorded this episode back in December, a lot of things hadn't happened yet. So we talk about Kobe Bryant prior to his untimely demise, and we also talk about getting the flu shot and things like that. And now, we're going through this coronavirus, so it's kind of like all these big things that happened in such a short period of time from December of 2019 to January of 2020. I mean, it's pretty crazy. But I just want to have a special shout out for Reggie Riches for providing the music on this episode. The two songs that we feature are Glow in the Dark and Poison Ivy. You can check those songs out on YouTube or your favorite streaming platforms. So again, check out Reggie Riches on YouTube, Instagram, check him on Twitter. It's just at Reggie Riches. And on with the show. Start this off right.
I'd like to introduce you to the Church of Beers. When you listen to our program, you can leave your hopes and fears. We'll have a beer together, maybe a laugh or two. Church of Beers is just a place for people just like you. I'd like to welcome you to the Church of Beers. I'd like to welcome you to the Church of Beers. I'd like to welcome you to the Church of Beers. Let's all say cheers. At the Church of
Welcome to the Church of Beers, a show about craft brews and people, where we use craft beer as lubrication for our conversation.
I like that.
This is a very interesting conversation because this is kind of a part two to me talking to Mrs. Ingrid Wright.
Yes.
The chef, former model. Mm-hmm. I call her supermodel.
I do too.
She was super to me.
I do too.
I am talking to her eldest son, and his name is
Joshua Wright.
Right. Joshua Wright. Ladies, this is Mr. Wright. Joshua, Mr. Wright.
That's right.
She's a beautiful woman and she makes beautiful babies. I hope I'm not making you too uncomfortable.
No, I'm fine. I'm good.
Cool. All right. So this is kind of a segue into, I guess, we're going to fact check your mom while she's not
Let's do this.
Because you were there.
Absolutely.
For a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess the last time I saw you, you might have been like 6 or 5.
Wow.
So you were
really?
Yeah, you were. You had a lot of hair, right, when you were a kid? Or
No, I mean, I've on and off. Like at one point, I was a kid. Like when I was a little kid, like younger than my little brother, I had a lot of hair. Then I cut it because everybody thought I was a girl.
Yeah, you were. Yeah. You were very, cute. You were a cute kid with a lot of curly hair.
And then I cut it, and then I got a little bit older. I was probably like 11, 12. Then I grew it again. That's when we went to France. You remember? I don't know if you.
Yeah.
That's when I grew it, and then I cut it again because people thought I was a girl. Like
in France.
Yeah. Because they weren't used to that. They weren't used to seeing like
guys with long hair in France.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I had like they probably see dreads and stuff and afros, but I had cornrows and braids and stuff like that. I used to get my hair changed every 2 weeks.
Oh wow. Yeah. Who did your hair all the time? Your mom.
My mom. Just like she does for my little brother right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like I get it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I would have never thought that in France. So how old are you when you first, like, you lived there for a while, right?
Yeah, we lived there for about 4.5 years. I moved when I was 10 and a half, 11.
Okay.
Yeah, about 5th grade. So 10 and a half, 11, like that.
And did you travel with her when she went to like other parts, like Germany or
Well, we did a lot of traveling in Europe because I don't. Have you ever been?
No, never been.
Well, in Europe, it's relatively easy to travel. The flights are cheap because everything is like it's like traveling domestically in the United States.
Right.
Everything is so close. So whenever she went to Germany, London, wherever she went, I was with her. Because, listen, I was down for the ride and I was only 12, so I had no choice.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's that like for, like, I mean, you're in this new city,
mm-hmm.
You're a kid, you're 12 years old,
yep.
and now you're in London, England, where people call cigarettes fags and flashlights torches. Right?
It was interesting. I won't lie to you. It was my mother, as you know, she's very eccentric, so she's very outgoing, and I'm the complete opposite of her. I'm more like to myself and calm. So,
as he says on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Well, because you can't see you,
yeah,
right?
of course. And It took some getting used to, because obviously the only country I've ever been to before Europe, and I mean the only continent I've ever been to, I should say. Well, I'm sorry, the only country I've ever been to besides like London and all of the other places was Costa Rica. So I was used to being around my family. So at that point, the only family I had was my mother. So I was by her hip at everything. And going to London, going to Sweden, Switzerland, I was just like, but I loved it. Like now, I wish I can like relive it again at this age, because
I can imagine.
Yeah, I can, because you don't appreciate it as much. You know, I look back at the pictures and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Like I hope my little brother could experience that too.
How old are you? I mean, how old are you now?
I'm 27 years old now.
You're 27. Holy shit!
Yeah, no, right?
Wow, that's a. Yeah, so your mom told me that you don't drink.
I don't drink at all. Never drank alcohol.
Never drink alcohol. No,
man.
And it's so funny because you're on a beer podcast right now.
That's what my mother told me. Oh, Carlos wants to talk to you. I'm like, about what? Like, I don't.
That's okay. I think your mom and I did enough drinking for you. Okay, but that's really cool. What now? What made you decide that? Like, because I'm very interested about that.
It's funny. I get that question often. I just never had an interest in it. I never had anything against it.
Right.
I don't know. I just never like. I hang out with people that drink all the time. Obviously, I'm always designated driver,
right?
Because I'm done. But I've never like had a beef with it. It was just like, oh, okay, I don't drink. That's fine. It's fine with me.
Oops.
Yeah. I never. I don't know. I never had a legit answer as to why I don't do it. I just never really like.
I mean, hey, there's no knocking it, man. Yeah. I have a friend of mine. He's a professional wrestler, and he doesn't drink. He doesn't even take aspirin.
Really.
And he's a wrestler.
Wow.
I've watched him get body slammed on concrete. And I'm like, ooh. You can hear the psh. No, I'm like, Jesus H. Christ. And he refuses to take anything. I guess he's just seen enough drugs in his life and stuff like that, where he feels it's a slippery slope. And he's like, I don't even want to try it. Don't even bother. So he just, I guess, I don't know why he doesn't like choke more people, because he's also a teacher.
Wow. Okay. What age? Do you know what age he teaches?
I want to say he teaches elementary special ed.
Okay.
I mean, what a saint, man.
That takes a lot of patience, man.
Yeah. So this is a tremendous amount of patience. It's outstanding. So what do you do for a living?
So here we go. My goal, I'll give you. Obviously, I'll tell you what I'm doing, and then I'll tell you what my goal is. So right now I work for a healthcare company called Maxim, and I'm in charge of pretty much this time of the year is the flu season, which is...
Do you get your flu shot?
No.
I got my flu shot.
How do you feel about it?
I got it.
Yeah,
I felt like I got hit by a bat the second day. I was
your arm, right?
That is my arm. Like, it gets, sometimes you feel it like in different parts of your body, like soreness.
Yeah, some people do have.
I got the soreness the next day, and I was like, what is wrong with me? I didn't work out. What's happening? Why do I feel like this? I was like, oh, I got the fucking flu shot. But, I haven't gotten the flu, so, I'll take that.
I haven't, I'll be completely honest with you, I'm sorry.
Oh, as you crunch, I was like, what was that sound? It was like...
I forgot the mic is so sensitive. Yeah. But I haven't gotten a flu shot in years. I can't remember the last time I got the flu shot. Nothing against it again. I just never... I don't get sick. I honestly don't get sick. Like the most I would get like a little runny nose for like a day, and I'm pretty much set.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Well, it's being exposed to germs from all over the world, I guess, right?
Well, yeah, that's probably that might play a part. Honestly, now that you say it,
build up a little immunity, a little Chinese, a little Swedish stuff.
Yeah,
crazy ass Swedes. They're out there in the snow, playing,
whatever they play.
Whatever. Do you play what we call soccer in America, but everywhere else in the world calls football?
Yeah, I used to play when I lived in Costa Rica.
Oh, I used to play okay. Like so if you had to pick your team for the World Cup, it's Costa Rica.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like when they went to the final 16,
yeah,
I was going nuts.
I respect that.
Nuts.
I never got it. I didn't understand it. I had a friend of mine try and teach me. Like I'm sitting there watching. Where he's like, come on, like I'm gonna teach you about about soccer or whatever, and we're watching. His team was Arsenal,
of course. Oh, I love Arsenal. Arsenal is good too.
So he's like, oh, gonna watch this thing, Arsenal, and blah blah blah, and I just like, I don't get it. I'm like, dude, this is like being in a strip club. You constantly almost getting some, but you never do get some.
That is exactly what it is. It's insane. That's a perfect analogy for it.
Like
perfect.
Like hey, you almost got it. Oh, it's like those moments. Yeah, he's gonna get it. No goals. It was like, it was 1-0.
Yeah, yep.
What?
Yep.
Like we kicked the fucking ball around for a fucking hour and a half.
And like as a person like me, I consider it like basketball is my favorite sport. I played basketball. I played professionally for a few months.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was in Spain playing. But I think soccer is.
What are you doing here?
I'm trying to go back. This is just temporary. I'm here just trying to save up.
Are you practicing?
Yeah, I'm practicing, getting better shape, changing up a couple of things. I'm trying to get back over there.
Awesome. Yeah. So, who's your favorite basketball player right now?
Everyone hates when I say this, but Kobe Bryant. It doesn't matter if he's playing or not.
That's dope.
That's my favorite player.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's because everybody's going to expect you to say, "Oh, Steph Curry," or it's going to be. I'm having LeBron James. Oh, it has to be LeBron James. He's got the most rings. I've watched LeBron James play, and he's an amazing player. He's not my favorite player. Mm-hmm. I do think Kobe, brings something different to the game.
Absolutely. Like he's like when he retired, I was really upset, but I was like, you know what?
He started when he was like 18.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
No, of course he played 20-something years. Why not?
And instead of leaving the game at when you're struggling, leave it at the top.
Yep.
Leave it. You're not going back to try to play baseball like Jordan later.
That's a fact.
Respect him. I respect Jordan because he's like, hey, I'm going to give it a shot. And the entire hood, everybody across the world is like, Jordan became. He's more than just a basketball player. Now he's an image on people's shoes that they pay $600 for.
Yep. But I think, and I said this to a couple of people, but I think him playing baseball actually helped his brand a lot because obviously we saw him as a basketball player. We saw how, like, we looked at him as a god.
Right.
So then when he played baseball, he was vulnerable. Like, he just wasn't that good. Like, it took him a while to get good at it.
Right, but he was willing
to show that. Like, he played in the AAAs. Like, he just wasn't really doing his best.
I like that way of thinking about it. That's true.
And then like that helped his brand. Now he sponsors baseball players. It just helped his brand either way. It's kind of crazy. Like, how people say some exposure some exposure is the best exposure, or something like whatever they say. But that helped him a lot, in my opinion. Some people are like, no, that helped him. I think it helped him.
Yeah. Okay. So. Well, damn. I do like the way you're thinking about that. I love Jordan. When I was a kid, that was like I think Dave Chappelle did a skit about it, but like people like when you used to play basketball, you jump, everybody yell Jordan,
Jordan, Jordan.
You just jump back with a fadeaway Jordan. Like that was what you did, even though you missed. Or you did.
Absolutely,
I broke somebody's ankle once.
Really?
Yeah, I'm still. It's a point of shame, but because I used to play every day after school, every day,
as you should,
religiously,
as you should,
in the Florida heat because I lived in Kissimmee.
Okay,
it's hot as fucking Satan's testicle in Kissimmee. It's so fucking hot. You're talking about humidity out the asshole. And we'd go out there and we played this one white kid that actually played for the football team. He was a big dude, but he could hustle.
He could hoop.
He could hoop. He's Kid Fridge. And I was the butcher, of course. I was known to be the butcher.
Okay.
I was just bad.
We call you guys the Hack. That's
right. Yeah. I was a horrible player, but I had heart. Okay. I was Rudy on the one person court. Like I'm gonna toss it no matter what. Like I'm gonna try to give the most assists as I possibly can. Gotcha. I suck though. It's not really bad.
At least you're honest with yourself.
Oh yeah, come on. There's no way I could have an illusion about it. I'd have to be like high on drugs to be anywhere to have that illusion that I played anywhere next to nice.
Gotcha.
Or can.
Okay.
At this point now, still as an adult.
Even now.
Even now.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
God bless people with certain things.
That's true.
I was not blessed with handling the rock at all. That was not happening.
They gave it to you, pass it back, right?
Real, yeah. So pass it back. Oh, yeah. The last person to get picked, it's okay.
That's right. You got picked, though.
So Fridge, we're playing, and he goes for a layup. I go under him, and he lands on my top of my foot. Mind you, he's a big kid, but he lands right at the top of right here, at the top part of my foot, and he rolls his heel right off. Snaps it. He's varsity football player in my high school.
No, was it good?
He broke his ankle.
No, but was he like a good football player though?
I mean, well, our at the time our football team was kind of crappy.
Okay,
but he was, he's like a defensive lineman. He was good.
Okay.
I mean, he was an agile, big man. Kid. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember what Fridge's real name is. That's the funny thing. I don't remember what Fridge's real name is, but he lived across the street from my best friend, and we used to play basketball at his house all the time. I met his parents, everything.